You're looking at the ruins of your neighbor's house. A happy family lived there until recently. Now only a ghostly shell remains. A strange feeling overwhelms you, as if you knew this was coming. As if death was coming to that house, oh so very soon. An aurora borealis. Completely uncommented on, just interesting. Supports the idea that this game takes place up north. But we don't have an aurora borealis. Is every single day like a cloying joke about something? Like the day that the eyes are suspected of being a thing, they're like, by the way, remember how pink eye is normal? And then like Children's Day is the day that the child arrives. Family Day is the day that the neighbor's house gets burned down. What does that sound? Oh, that's a crying child. You see a human skull decorating a stake while wearing a helmet. Its skin has been burnt black. Looks like someone has yanked out its teeth. The head must have been out there all day. You can't shake the feeling that this grisly display is a threat, probably left behind by that creepy pale visitor. FEMA officials are inspecting the site of the recent massacre. They're taking all the dead soldiers' equipment and weapons to prevent looting. Probably didn't expect the pale visitor to survive against a group of armed soldiers. Now there are a few more body bags. Nightmare game. Good evening. I'm with FEMA. We're running a routine inspection in your neighborhood. Don't worry, it won't take long. What about the last inspection? The results were inconclusive. To study the sun's effects more thoroughly, we'll need to take someone else from your household. I'm not interested in these tests. You misunderstand. This is not a choice. But they're taking the child again. God damn it. One way or another, this is happening. The sooner you cooperate, the sooner it'll all be over. You're unable to immediately transfer a suspected visitor to a quarantine zone. Issue them a mandatory appearance slip. They just took the child. Can you even have her stick around? Who am I down to? The drunk? Is he alive? I hear someone in there. So, you're still holed up here, I see. What did you think of that guy? The one in the suit? I don't know how to feel about him. Why feel at all? Everything's been decided for us. A blessing, wouldn't you say? Or do you want to fix it all by yourself? I can't do anything. Yes, I know. What can any one person do in the face of disaster? Cosmic calamity? Death? Listen. You alone? I'm not alone. Still scrambling to survive in this new world, are we? Why? Dogs rule the world now, and only dogs survive here. You understand what I mean, yes? Things will never go back to the way they were. Life changed. You're falling out of rhythm. Next time we meet, things will be interesting. Pain in the ass. So they have it. Did that happen last time too? They fucking have him show up right after FEMA takes somebody. So if that was your last person, you're actually screwed when you thought you started the night being safe. Full rest delivery here. How'd you become a delivery guy? Just pass the screenings. They check all the signs, decide I'm human, and... Oh, you mean how I ended up still working in the middle of an apocalypse? Well, what else was I supposed to do? Sit at home and rot? At least out here I can distract myself and not think about this whole shit show. Besides, my family's far away. I'm not from around here. I only came to study at the local university. On my own. Being alone isn't that bad. Yeah, sure. You're surrounded by other people in your house. That's easy for you to say. Alright, I've got an order here to deliver to you. Ready to take it? Here you go. Have a good night. Coffee number 2. I'm in the coffee meta. This guy... I think I had to kick this guy out last time in order to let Among Us in. So I actually haven't really seen him around. Good day, homeowner. Are you renting out rooms here? Because he was really pretentious, so he'd be like, "Good day, homeowner. Are you renting out rooms here?" I just let people in. "Excuse me, did you just say you just let people in? Are you some kind of volunteer running a shelter for the homeless?" Kinda. "I'm sorry, but I refuse to occupy any valuable square footage without paying my fair share." "I don't need your money." "I apologize, but I cannot in good conscience reside under your roof without paying due rent. It's improper. Worse, it's illegal. Either I pay or I'm not setting foot inside." "Come in." "Thank you, homeowner. We can discuss the rental terms in full detail later." Y'all are so normal. Can I come in and rest for a minute? Where will you go after? I'll probably just collapse somewhere and never get back up again. I don't care where I end up. Does your friend need help? Not anymore. When he did need it, no one did anything. Now he's dead. He might have lived if anyone gave a shit. Come in. I won't be staying long. I just need to rest a bit. It's already a risky number of people. Alright, so 2 new people to try to check. Or somebody's gonna wake up dead in the morning. "You can't wake up dead," says the commenter. Emergency broadcast. Oh no! I'm down in energy. Okay, so coffee only lasts a few days. You have to order coffee over and over again. I thought I could keep ordering coffee to build it up, and that was like the meta. That's disappointing. Of course, nothing's gonna be that strong in this game. Emergency broadcast. Wildfires are now sweeping across forested regions. Experts believe abnormally high solar activity is to blame. While the full scale of the disaster remains unclear, fire crews from nearby cities have been deployed to contain the blaze. Despite the fires, visitors continue to terrorize the nation. FEMA has announced a new identifying sign to aid in the public in their fight against the visitors. Aura film photography. Dark patches appear on a captured image, and appearing on a captured image is a strong indicator that the subject may be a visitor. Stay calm and remain indoors during daylight hours. Up next, a word from our sponsors. That was like, I think last time this was the least useful one. It was like, it seemed to always be a false positive. Each day, spotting visitors is getting harder and harder. Signs aid the search, but did you ever find yourself wanting a foolproof way? Introducing our new revolutionary aura-sensitive photographic film. It exposes the soul's energy, allowing you to, at home, to discern a human from a hostile visitor. 1 + 1 = 3. Is that meant to? Are they just trying to yell at me that this is nonsense, basically? Take a photo, and if you see black patches, you found a visitor. Now, word from our sponsors. You have a sponsor? I thought you were the sponsor. What does that mean? The heat won't stop you. Feel the drive. With Energeca, you're alive. Wow, an invigorating energy drink that quenches your thirst faster and more effectively than water. Now available. I think you're supposed to not believe in the photo thing because it immediately has a profit motive behind it. And so it's just like a fake test, basically, where someone's trying to make money off of you trying to do it. This is dispatch. Check quarantine zone status. Code 51. Reports of explosions at 0300 hours. Unit 328 reporting. Code 60. Mass civilian casualties. Officers down. This is 288. Code 451. Requesting burn team for body disposal. They keep saying 451. Acknowledged. Initiating code 1984. The code is cordoned and off pending investigation. Stand by for reinforcements. They're just having fun referencing dystopian novels at that point. In video games, 0451 is usually a reference to Looking Glass Studios, the company that made Thief and Deus Ex and stuff, if I remember correctly. They're known for making immersive sims, at least. I think Deus Ex. And their front door code at their office was 0451 at one point, and so that's just kind of got snuck in there. The code itself is a reference to Fahrenheit 451. Is that Ray Bradbury's story? The one where they burn books. And so it's noteworthy that they right there. They said code 451, and they talked about the burn team. Then the next one was 984, as in 1984. And that, I don't even have to explain that one, probably. Does the psychic ever pick up again? Phone roulette? No. So these, I think these phone numbers are all expired, basically. Yeah, that's what like how phone numbers do. No, I think they don't work anymore because the person in question's gone. Cashier's day. There's just no one in here. Kind of odd that the guy was like, "Why don't you have any crosses in your house?" And I'm like, "Oh, there's one right above your head." Last campaign. What a world. What now? Isn't it obvious? We've yet to finalize an appropriate rental agreement. How do I do that exactly? Do you mean to tell me you don't even have the requisite paperwork on hand? Then I suggest you find a notary and procure them, honestly. Are you kidding? Where am I supposed to find a notary now? You do know how to use a map, don't you? This isn't complicated. And again, I must insist you use sir and address me with due respect, Fuck off already. Actually, Article 21 of the Constitution guarantees my rights to basic human dignity, so mind your tone. And I strongly suggest you start showing me some respect before things get unpleasant. This absurd little man. I need to test you. Been watching TV, have we? Bought into that whole visitor thing, have we? Fine, do your test, but I know my rights. I don't know if your rights are gonna do much against a bullet. Maybe you'd like to see if there are any leftovers you can scavenge while you're in there, Eerily perfect teeth. Except for the overbite part, which I don't think the game counts. Well, happy now, are we? Or are you going to commit premeditated murder because I brushed my teeth, My hands? What for? Actually, a smattering of untrimmed nails cannot fully prove anything, now can it? I didn't see dirt under his nails or anything, but he seems to think that it was evidence against him. Let's get a couple data points on the other guy. Oh, yep, there she is. You enjoy your new housemate? Is there anybody in here? I don't think so. So these two... I have 3 people and 2 of them are hanging out in the bathroom. I'm listening, human. Speak. I feel like this guy's human because he's just been here for ages at this point. You think what's happening is some sacred meeting? Oh. Did I just reach the end of a storyline? Like he's not, it's just like at this point he's like, I'm surprised I've lived this long. I could use some rest. Is there anything you need? For him to be alive? That's all. That's all I really need. Would you like some food? I'm not hungry. I just want to sit. Can I sit with you? I only want to be with him. And you can't bring him back to me. I can't even bury him. What am I supposed to do? I need to test you. Just be quick about it. Teeth. What? Okay. little gap tooth. Done. I have some peace and quiet. Eyes? What are you looking for? Redness? If you must. Oop. Not a good sign. Game makes you just feel insane. So if I show any emotion, does that mean I'm a visitor? Let's see. Notepad. Landlord type guy. Perfect teeth. Clean nails. Corpse bride. Almost perfect teeth. Gap tooth. Red eyes. I'm like, at some point, I'm like, I need to like write down what I've found out, or I'll never be able to remember, especially across multiple playthroughs. But yeah, I don't know how to fuck to know what you're doing in this game. Scares me. All right. Loneliness and isolation. Why is that a poster you have in your house? What do I even do with that information? Well, I had a bonus Energeca, but that's all the checks I have. You see a woman crying over her wounded husband. You can't tell if he's alive or dead. Tears streak, she drags his heavy body away from the gunfire. You're left with a single thought. Things will only get worse. The path along the field is littered with the bodies of those who tried to run. Nearby stands the man responsible, a FEMA officer. He holds a rifle, smoke still drifting from the barrel. Panicked people rush to nearby houses. They bang on doors, desperate for shelter. But it seems like no one's willing to let them in. Is this the day where we find out that the apartment complex burned down? Is that why there's so many people that are out? Oh, yep. That's it. Yeah, it's not a good sign. I'm surprised that it took this long for wildfires to be a constant problem, given that apparently people's flesh is burning. Oh, no one else is coming tonight. Huh. Can I open that or not? It's a quick one. We've interrupted this program with breaking news. Reports of civil unrest are coming in from a neighboring city. Due to unresolved circumstances, FEMA officers have sealed off the area. Please remain in your homes. Stay where you are and await further instructions. And remember, support FEMA and join the fight against the visitors. That's the latest for now. Next up, some ads. Up next, a special report on the nature of the visitors. What are visitors? Ghosts? Creatures from deep underground? No, this is neither a sci-fi novel or a cheap headline. This is our new reality. The new reality, like the new normal, was terminology that came up during COVID a lot. Rumors continue to swirl about the visitors' true origin. Are they aliens, the walking dead, a lab experiment gone wrong? According to authorities, these are all just baseless theories. Studies show that a visitor is a human who has come into contact with an undetermined biological agent. Methods of transmission remains unknown, and FEMA urges anyone to stay alert for the signs of visitors. If you believe you've been exposed or unsure whether you might be a visitor, call the FEMA hotline on 0451. Even the hardest workers need a break. With Marrow cigarettes, you can take a deep breath and truly unwind. Marrow, cigarettes for real men. Disclaimer, the company is not liable for any harm that may occur to lungs or lifespan. Consume at own risk. I definitely missed some of these the first time around because I didn't realize that there was a third one sometimes and stuff. If you can hear this, stay away from the outskirts. I think no one died today. FEMA officers are shooting at anyone trying to leave. I don't know what's going on. I just want to get out of here. Someone please help. How you doing, fam? Doing good? Township Day. I think we're halfway through already. I said that with the fucking cadence of a garbage day. Everyone alive still? Nice, just how I like them. Alive. Be weird if you were dead, house guests. It'd be disastrous for me. And we didn't take anyone in last night, so there's just no surprises, really. No developments, no one died. What a world. Can't you just let this go? Absolutely not. You're legally required to finalize the rental agreement. You've got to be joking. For your information, the contract is mandatory under Article 131. I'm just being a reasonable citizen here. Do you ever get tired of quoting laws? And no, I'm not tired of referring to the law or the Constitution. I know my rights. Just because you choose to be ignorant doesn't mean no one else is entitled to them. And might I remind you, you're to address me properly from now on. Honestly, when will you learn? You're very confident in being a prick at me. Eyes. And what are you hoping to find there? An evil stare? Well, they're not red. They're a strange nuke. They're jaundicey. Well, found anything? See. Yellow eyes. Add a little hyphen for ones that seem suspicious, and the other ones are just not. Armpits? What? My armpits? Oh, so now I'm a visitor because I dislike the sensation of sweating. Quick, lock me up. Sweat is now a capital offense. People react strangely to some of the things you check. I don't mean the invasiveness. I mean, like, they react with the opposite information that I supposedly have. It said airless armpits means hairless armpits means you're not that you are a visitor. Hair means hair is good. And he's like, but he acts like what he's like is sign that he is a visitor. I don't know. And it's like, but you know that was exonerating for you. I could use some rest. How did he die? I can't. It's just too much. I've run out of tears. I have no tears left to cry. But that's wrong. All wrong. I can't just stop crying. Your husband is gone. You need to accept that. No. You're wrong. That's not true. He can still hear me. I'd rather choose to believe he can. There's some self-awareness in that last bit. I could use some rest. We tried eyes. Photo? Really? That doesn't seem humiliating to you? No one helped me save my husband, and now you want me to memorialize his death? I have no words left. Just do what you want and leave me alone. Did we take a photo of did we photograph the husband instead of her? Happy now? Then leave. What? Hands? 1 second. The worn out from carrying the one they refused to save. Look, can you stop asking me to do this shit? If you want to shoot me so badly, just shoot me. I don't have any strength left. We might actually have all humans, which almost seems unlikely. I'm gonna mark them both as human. Look at me taking actual notes this time, trying to keep track of the shit. And I guess the, I don't remember the specific details, but I'll call the other character the alien drunk and say that he is human. Oopsie. Accidentally started saving it, and then I'm like, well, I gotta name the file now. Things are kind of going okay at the moment. Maybe I'll drink the kombucha, because I never know when to drink it, but it seems like things are going well right now. But just like, as far as series length goes, I'm sort of disinclined to load saves and stuff like that, because that just means replaying a bunch of days probably. And I'm not in a hurry to do that. A group of evicted stand by your neighbor's ruined house. They're in shock, whispering among themselves. They likely want to take shelter there. But is there any place left to hide from all this? Any place in the world? I wonder if a burned house is even stable enough? Gotta be bad for your lungs and other stuff, like whatever's going on there. On the path stands a man armed with an assault rifle. He looks completely insane. His jacket is covered with worn-out teeth, eyes, and who knows what else. It's hard to make out from here. What if they're trophies? What if he kills not for defense, but for sport? Whatever the case, you hope you're not his enemy. I should probably only let one person in tonight, because I probably want to start checking myself for signs, so I know what I can show him so he doesn't kill me. On a pole hangs a man with a sign that reads, "You took everything from me." Was he robbed, or did FEMA take his family? Your mind races, but there's no answer, only guesses. I think last playthrough I checked my armpits, and my armpits were weirdly fungusy, and that was actually maybe the first time I ever saw that sign, so I was like, what does that even mean? What's going on there? Because I was you're looking for hair or not hair, and you get a weird third thing, and you're like, what does that mean? So I knew not to show him that, but I think I did end up showing him something I hadn't tested yet as a bit of a Hail Mary, and I just happened to get lucky. What? His eyebrows arch in distress. He mumbles again, but he can't make out anything he's saying. Someone sew your mouth shut? Yeah. His cheeks are wet with tears. This guy's really sad, because you're like, this poor guy, like, there's so many suspicious, weird elements of that character that it's designed for you to be nervous about him, because there's something inherently horrific about a character with their mouth sewn shut, and then not being able to communicate with them at all. They speak in just random letters. I think it's probably a cipher, but I'm not going to decode it because that would take ages. But I feel like. I wonder what the average player does with that character, because I feel like it makes me then reflexively, it makes me reflexively think like, oh, he's like designed to be suspicious in so many ways, and it feels like with him specifically, you're preying on the way that people would be suspicious specifically of foreigners that don't speak the same language and stuff, so it makes me more inclined to think that he is human and will be innocent, more likely, because of there's just the number of like things that the number of disadvantages he's dealing with. Yo, how's it hanging? Dude, you been seeing how gnarly things are out there? What the hell is going on? Be for real with me, dude. What did I miss? Creatures that look like humans are crawling up out of the ground. Zombies! Dude, I knew it. Bro, you can like totally count on me for what comes next. I've seen so many movies where this happens, dude. I'm basically a survival guru. Just clue me in, We deal with classic slow zombies, the gnarly fast ones. I keep trying to pick the opposite dialogue as last time to Explorer, but I can't remember what I picked last time, and I keep realizing I picked the same thing again. And is it like brain virus? Blah, or are they like freaking undead dudes? Trust me, dude, the answer to that totally changes the game plan. Also, you got a shotgun or like grenades? We're gonna need hella firepower to make it through this one. And food, man, like loads of food. What the hell are you even saying? Dude, I know exactly what I'm saying. You know how sci-fi writers already know what the future's gonna be like? That's not how that works. Like, they go space brain and predict crazy tech stuff before it even happens. That's the survivorship bias there. Imagine if we went to space and started sending letters to aliens. Whoa. Totally wild, dude. My homies read a zine where it happened. Alright, I'll chillax. Come on, let me in. Come in. Yo, hold up. Who's that jaundiced slob? No can do, dude. You're harsh. They're harsh in the whole vibe. Total bummer. They gotta go, man. Who is the jaundiced slob? Are they talking about the guy that talks about the holy beams and stuff? I'm not kicking out my most human character. You should leave. Man, it's cool, dude. I get it. No hard feelings. Take care of yourself, bro, and your homies. Man, yeah, I think each one has a specific slot they're gonna stand in, and you have to kick out the other person, basically. Hey, can you let me in, pal? Who are you? I am a fireman. I got caught out in the sun while we were fighting forest fires today. The thick smoke helped prevent us from getting completely burned alive, but it was horrible. The trees, they went up like matchsticks. I've never seen anything like it. Smoldering animal carcasses covered the forest floor. I can't help but give him the ghoul voice from Fallout, even though it's horrible because he's a burn victim. It's like, that's not appropriate necessarily, but I also have to voice 300 characters. What are you gonna do? I wanted to keep putting out those fires. I wish could have died back there instead of the guys, but they made it pretty clear I'd done enough. Now I can't get home. Public transport ain't running no more. The only thing I can do now is rely on human kindness. Come in. Thanks, pal. I don't think I'll be in your hair for too long. At least I won't have to die alone in the dirt. They gave us this slip of paper at work before we went to put the fires out. It's a mandate telling us to report to FEMA quarantine zones, but why go if everyone who does ends up dead? Here, I don't need it anyway. You can throw it away or use it for something else. Those are two of the characters I'm least suspicious of being visitors, is the character with their mouth sewn shut and the burn victim. I think he just genuinely did just almost burn to death, and he also probably will just die soon. So somewhat cynically, there's an element of like, if I let him in, he might shield somebody else from a fate. Which is dark, but it's like, yeah, maybe FEMA will take him instead, or he'll get killed instead of somebody that's gonna last longer. Which is not a happy thought. Not fun calculus about human lives to be thinking, but that's what the game makes you do. Good afternoon, this is the news. We bring you an important update. New details have emerged regarding a recent incident that unfolded in the city. It seems one of the city's quarantine zones came under attack from an armed individual. The suspect's motive remains unclear at this time, and it's unknown if the attacker has any accomplices. Notably, several unverified individuals have escaped the quarantine zone. Silence is the harbinger of death, a sinister quiet that drains the soul, but worse than the emptiness is the ringing, a distant funeral knell growing ever louder. The bells toll for us all, filling our ears with endless din. Filthy thoughts caught in webs of wax. An infernal nest where visitors thrive. Tangled deep in sticky sustenance. Kiramun undanis. Xeramun enundans. What? Are they saying that there's bugs in people's ears? That one never happened, did it? Last time? Is this New Game Plus mechanics? Are they layering in new things? Up next, a special report on temporary suspension of corpse disposal. Today's incident has sparked numerous theories. Some reports describe a lone shooter, while others mention an armed group dressed in hooded clothing. However, the city's greatest challenge may still lie ahead. Due to lockdown measures imposed, corpse disposal in surrounding areas has been temporarily suspended. Residential inspections, however, will continue as scheduled. If you are able to cremate the deceased, do so immediately. If not, please wait until the situation is resolved before surrendering any accumulated remains. That's the latest for now. Stay tuned. Those weren't the ones who attacked the quarantine zone. I saw it. I saw what was there. That it wasn't human. So on the TV they talk about a lone shooter, or they talk about hooded figures, which would later make you suspicious of the cult later. The cult that actually didn't attack me, and things worked out overall with them. But here, the radio suggests that it's actually the visitor. The game's full of visitors, but then there's the visitor, like the one that you specifically are worried about. I just want to keep the cigarettes going. I think I have a strategy for this run. I just want to believe. Man. So only one person's been murdered so far in this entire run. And I've only shot visitors. So you cut the stitches off your mouth. I can't understand you. They're having a tough time. This guy seems human. I might be able to get away with checking my own signs today. It's so goddamn hot. How are you feeling? Seems like it's even worse than I thought. Damn it. I don't think I'll hold out much longer than a week. It did ease the pain a little when you let me in, though. Thank you. But now I'm just sitting here while the rest of the guys are out there dying. I could have stayed with them. It's not like I've got anything to lose. I'm already on the way out after all. That fucking sucks. What a world. What now? I happen to notice a firearm. Care to show me your license? What's your problem with me? I'm merely trying to figure out who it is I'm dealing with. You got defensive, so I hit a nerve. That means no license. You think the rules don't apply to you? You think you can sniff out threats while no one's allowed to scrutinize you? Well, actually, you're wrong. But you know what they say, there's always a bigger fish. You just quote Star Wars at me? The Phantom Menace? Or are you just a really big fan of Ian Danskin? Would you cut the bullshit? Pardon my language, but to use your vernacular, are you not the one feeding everyone bullshit with your tests, sniffing around, treating everyone like a potential killer? But sure, let's not point fingers at the real murderer, because maybe, just maybe, there are no visitors at all. And what would that make you, A maniac, abusing your position, exploiting the chaos to satisfy your bloodlust. And the people? They hear the panic on the radio and rush to your doorstep like flies to manure. Tell me, how many of those who came in at the very beginning actually survived to this point, Just as I suspected. He almost has a point. But in the actual playthrough I've been doing, things have mostly been working out. I've only shot one person who was a visitor, apparently. Although, we could be wrong about the very concept of visitors, and that could be hallucinations or whatever. When I'm like, oh, a ghost! Could be shock. But someone did get murdered, and I killed somebody else, and then the murders stopped. So that could be a good sign, at least. Yeah, so conversations do just end, and not just per day, but in the long term. What do you remember about him? We were over at our friend's place one day. We were much younger then. We were all hanging out, drinking. He was usually pretty moody. He didn't talk much at get-togethers like that. Well, we'd been drinking a lot that day. One moment he was his usual silent self, then all of a sudden he said, "Give me a guitar, I gotta sing something." And he played, oh so beautifully. I loved it. Our friend started requesting other songs for him to play. He just sat there for a moment and then he got up and said he had to go. He knocked over a glass, tried to catch it, dropped the guitar. I found out later he'd only learned that one single song to impress me. I still have a photo of us from that night. What happened to that photo? It's a sign that she existed back then, yeah, like she has history. But we don't know if that is a sign of visitors or not at all. Because suppose the people just become visitors, I guess? But she remembers her past, and I know that the visitor in the closet before didn't remember their past. It's seen better days, just like us. Now you can't play for me anymore. You sung me your last song. Awful. Oh, right. I have to check my own signs in here. Eyes. Oopsie. Okay, so me. Eyes. Red. Rapid movement. I should not show my eyes. They're red, motherfucker. Shouldn't have drank all that caffeinated crap. Oh, is the suggestion that coffee gave me the symptoms? Or is that how we justify it to ourselves? It's such an interesting game. It's like, it's such a fucked up mess. Because on one hand, you could argue the fact that the visitors are real, or at least that people do get murdered, suggests that you should be paranoid and you should be actually checking people and figuring things out. But the fact that you can so easily have the signs yourself, like that inherently is a commentary on the entire thing, that's as being a criticism, the fact that you yourself can have all the signs, like, well, then how do you know anything? Ears? Achievement unlocked. No, I'm not a visitor. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Ears look fine. What kind of report was that anyway? Teeth. Yeah, I think he interprets it as perfect teeth, but I'm like, I don't know, like, isn't that a cavity? Molar? Shit, white. Smokers would kill for these. Armpits. Fuck, what the hell is that? Looks like a rash, or worse, a fungus. Gotta clean myself up. Maybe it'll help. That camera angle kind of suggests clean fingers. Let's see. White teeth. Fungal armpits. What else did I check? Eyes, teeth, armpits. Oh yeah, normal ears. So I probably need to show my fingernails if he shows up again, because I think I checked the 4 other things and some of them are bad. Let's see. So he seems to think that teeth are bad. And yeah, the armpits do look bad. The eyes look bad. So the ears were normal, and maybe the fingertips are normal. When I cleaned up, which was supposed to be a response to the armpit. It seemed like he cleaned his hands, because he specifically showed he looks at his hands and even does the fingernail checking pose, as if to suggest that he's like specifically cleaned under his nails. I don't know. Game is freaking me out, man.